Name, tell me you're the oldest, your sign again, just those rough details, how long you've been married and your daughter.
Oh, okay. My name's Tamari Maroon, and I'm 22. And let's see, I'm married. I've been married for 4.5 years. I have an almost 5-year-old daughter. She's going to be 5 in November.
Your sign?
My sign is I'm a Pisces. I'm
Uh,
proud of it.
How did you think about marriage growing up? Were you afraid because of your parents? I don't know. How did you think about marriage when you were growing up?
Well, it was sort of something different for me because my parents broke up when I was 6 months old, and I didn't have the whole family unit. Then they were remarried when I was 6 years old. They both got married to different people, and I guess I didn't have much reality on marriage. I didn't really know much about it. It seemed kind of like a hard thing. And
Did you fantasize about it as a child? Did you play house?
oh yeah, I guess. I mean, my own image of me getting married was like, this is going to be the knight in shining armor. He's going to love me more than anything in the world. He's going to sweep me off my feet, and almost like Rapunzel or something, just like something really fantasy like.
And did that continue through your teenage years?
Well, I always wanted that, and I always thought that that was what I deserved in a way, for whatever reason. And I guess, yeah, I started like dating with guys, and
Just go from you started dating at 13.
okay, yeah, so I started dating at 13. It wasn't really dating. It was just kind of hanging out with guys and drinking and going to hangout spots and being weird.
Were you a rebellious kid?
Yeah. How'd you guess? But yeah, I was kind of into just being an individual and finding myself. I was really on that mission to find out who I was, and my own rules. But so I rebelled for a while and screwed around with some different guys. I don't know if I should be saying that. Made some mistakes, got hurt a couple times. And then when I was 15, I met my husband. And he was the greatest. He was like this really fun, wild guy, and we had lots of like, it was just fun together. It was just fun. It was easy and it was fun. And I ended up getting pregnant, and we weren't planning on getting married right away, but I just said, well, what's the best thing to do here? I was just so confused when I have this baby, and I'm like, I was actually 17 when I had the baby, and I was just so confused as to how to handle the situation. But we ended up getting married. We had a lot of struggles for a long time, but we eventually worked things out. And now we have a really good marriage. It's a lot of work. We have to communicate a lot. It has to be safe. You have to be able to feel like you can communicate about anything that's happening. And if you can't do that, you can't have a marriage. And I think that's why 50% of marriages end up in divorce.
Could you speak up a little bit?
Yeah.
And tell me the advantages and disadvantages of being married versus being single for you.
Well, as I said, I got married at 18, so I didn't have a lot of the whole adult single life. But I think the advantages of being married are that you have a group unit and you have a team. You work together to achieve your goals. And the ideal thing is that a marriage makes you stronger and more powerful. But the reverse can be bad. When you have a really bad marriage, you can't communicate, you're not a team, they're sucking the blood out of you, you just feel like, oh, I can't do this anymore. That can be really, really bad. So that's marriage, but being single, I think would be kind of exciting and kind of fun, and it'd be something different. The advantages would be the freedom of being able to kind of do whatever you want and anytime you want, and not have to think about other people, and it's just more of an irresponsible life, I guess.
Being single seems truly tempting at times for you.
Well, there's been times, yeah, just for the sake of freedom, being able, not necessarily to screw around with different guys, because that's not something that I would do, but to have freedom and be able to just say, okay, I want to stay out till 12 tonight, or I want to do this or that or whatever. Would be nice.
What's it like being married at such a young age in the industry that you're in, where you're constantly meeting guys trying to make moves on you?
Well, I guess he understands what I'm doing, and he supports me 100%. He knows that this is my purpose and it's my goal, and I'm going to do it no matter what. So if we didn't have that right there, there's just no way we'd be able to work things out. But sometimes it's tempting to just go with those things, to work yourself up the ladder. But there's ways of being smart and still getting what you want, but not doing anything wrong.
Acting is such an emotional profession, and when things are going right, it's very exciting, and including a strong element of sexual excitement. I find it's a very passionate, it's a very marriage-destructive way of life.
Yeah, I hear that all the time. People are always like, "You're married? How?" They're like clueless on how I do it. But I mean, I haven't hit that point where I'm totally 100% successful and I'm schmoozing with everyone all the time and this kind of thing. I've only had glimpses of it, so I can't really answer that 100%, But I'll tackle that when I get to it.
What makes for a good date? Do you date? I mean your husband date. Mm-hmm. Do you and your husband date?
Yeah.
How do you like? What makes a good date for you?
Let's see. Probably something that's not really planned, but you just feel like doing it. Like maybe going for a walk on the beach, having dinner, and then staying at a hotel, or going dancing, or taking a buggy ride on a horse and carriage, and just these things that sort of make you feel intimate and passionate with one another. Get you in the mood, Anything like that. I love the beach. I love romantic candlelight dinners.
Go ahead.
So I don't know, I could think of something that'd be really fun. Would be to maybe go to Catalina, take the boat, and just really create this, we're getting away, nothing else is going on in the world, there's just me and you right now, and we're just gonna be in love, and just go for it, and just play with each other, and have fun, and then get to Catalina, and lay out on the beach, and drink pina coladas, and go dancing at night. That'd be great.
I'll get you to speak up a little louder. When do you want your husband to be strong and hard, and when do you want him to be soft and tender?
I want him to be strong and hard when there's a decision to be made, and you need to be firm. You need to know what's right and what's wrong, what's the best thing to do, and not just like whipping out and fizzling out on everything. And then I want him to be sensitive and sweet in that way when we're trying to be passionate, or when we're trying to discuss something that's kind of a delicate issue, or I'm trying to express a fear or something I'm emotional about and I need someone to talk to me. Or when he feels an emotion and he wants to communicate it, I want him to just be able to feel how he really feels and not have to be Mr. Macho Man. I hate that crap.
Even louder, how do you feel about tears? Does that bother you when he cries, or if he cries?
Tears, honestly, does not bother me. If I had a man that was crying every couple weeks, that would get a little hard to handle. That's a sign of a wimp, and I don't like wimpy people. But if someone's really going through an emotional problem and they cry, it gets that anguish, it gets it out of your system. You have to go through that.
Tamari, did you have more female or male friends?
Oh, probably half and half.
Okay, now that you're married, you have more male or female friends?
Now that I'm married, I have hardly any real close friends that I hang out with a lot.